Go ahead and get started. We have quorum, so we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to our first live meeting of the Planning and Zoning Board. So we are recorded for posterity. So we'll go ahead and get started. Minutes were emailed to you and are in the booklet for the 24th of June. Do I have a motion to waive the reading of the minutes?
Second.
Second from Rachel. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, we'll go ahead and head on. There he is. Hey, Lee, come on in. Okay, we'll go ahead and start. Public participation first up. We've got Kathy Bemis and James Metz. Sure, I'd love to look at it. I haven't seen it yet, if that's not a problem.
And then we have it recorded at the
Okay.
in Peru.
Okay. Okay, so this is a release of mortgage, partial release of mortgage. If you remember, Kathy lives at 301 West Alex Street, over on that side of town. She had come to us, gosh, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, and she had wanted to look at selling some of her land to help with defray some medical expenses. The portion that she was wanting to sell was only a couple hundred square feet, and so it didn't meet our minimum lot requirements. You couldn't have built a house on there, so we had told her we couldn't release it to just the general public, but if one of her neighbors adjoining properties did want to buy it, we would allow that release. Since it's not creating a new lot, it's adding to an adjoining lot. So, and I believe that's where Mr. Metz comes in. You have the adjoining lot right behind it, correct? Okay, so what we have to do is motion to approve this now. I'm okay with it. We've got the partial release of mortgage from Kathy. We've got Mr. Metz's approval. It's one of her adjoining neighbors, not a random split that then somebody can't build a house on. So any questions or concerns from the board? Okay.
That would be resurveyed to be part of his lot.
Yes, you're going to get a survey, right? Or it should be. Yeah, I would recommend that you get a survey for that. This way, 5 years, 10 years, however far down the road we are, we're not working with outdated information that still shows up under Kathy and not you. So I know it's an extra expense, but I would highly recommend you get a survey and get that recorded with the county as well. That way, whenever you decide to sell, whatever happens, we're sitting ready and all of that. So, yes, sir.
Next.
Okay, Kathy, who does he go? Is that a county or
No,
That-
it's in the performance. It would be you guys.
it would be us?
Well,
Okay,
that's why you would do that. So if you would resurvey it and then the legal description of your property includes that, then it's literally one lot. It would be your address.
so
That makes sense.
what he's saying, if we resurvey it, right now it's 2 lots, you resurvey it, get it combined down into 1 lot under your name, you won't need a second address for it. It would be your address.
Gentleman that's next to us, I don't know directions, east, west, north, south. His address, I believe is, his name is Quentin, and his is 311. Was that gonna make any problem being that his is 317?
I'm 3-7.
Again, if you get it combined down into that 1 lot, then it'll be all under that 317, and it would just be, it'll look odd on a map, it'll go from 317 to 311. That'll look odd, but it shouldn't be a problem there. So,
It'll benefit you in the long run because now that lot you can apply your homestead credit to all your property taxes and all that. Instead, if that lot's empty, it would fall under a different bracket. So it'll cost you in the
short run.
beginning, but
Yeah.
it'll save you.
Is Greg still doing most of the surveying around here? Deeds.
Donald just came down and did some for us on a sewer project.
Yeah, Funnel, Greg Deeds. Yep, I'd give him a call and have it resurveyed and re-recorded at the county, so that would be my suggestion. All right, so we will need a motion to approve the release, and then, if we have to go back and do anything once Mr. Metz gets it surveyed and all in one, we can do that at a separate time. So do I have a motion to approve the parcel split? Okay. And do I have a second?
Second.
Nick? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, motion carries. You guys are good?
So when we take it back to, but we have to go back to, Miami County, proving that we came to see you.
There's no permit. We could sign a letter. We approved at such and such. Stop by town hall. Give us a couple days. We'll work up a letter. You came before planning and zoning. It was approved. There's no permit for it, but we'll get you something on the town letterhead so that it's official. So, you want to have Krista just work up a quick letter. It was approved at. You guys are welcome. Okay, next, do we have Kim Garza here? Okay, we'll go ahead and skip that one and come back to her if we need to. We got a complaint from her on 30 West she's at 302 West Alec. There's a street over on Lincoln Street that's been abandoned, and then the canning factory as well, for weed cleanup and animal removal. Lots of groundhogs, lots of raccoons, things like that. The problem with the Lincoln Street house is we went through the abatement process with them. It's completely abandoned. Owner is out of state. We went through the big abatement process with them last year. So the $2,500 fine, and they just paid it and zeroed everything out. So typically that process works to encourage the owner to clean up the property, but with them being out of state, so we can't have private citizens doing it on behalf of the town. If your equipment was damaged, then it would be our liability because we sent you in. So thank you for the offer, though. I appreciate it. So what we're going to do is send them a certified letter asking them to clean up the property. Unfortunately, that's about all we can do. Again, the owner lives out of state, and if we can't apply the pressure, then there's not, if they're going to pay that big fine and not blink an eye, then not much we can do. So
This is the one, what was the abatement order for?
the cleanup on the property, both
Or unfit for human habitation.
correct. Carl tends to not think that is the best option. It is also a more difficult process to get through. Carl says that the bones of the structure itself aren't condemnable. I think we should start looking at that process, quite frankly.
At the end of that, they can't pay a fine.
Sure.
You put a tax lien.
Sure. And so I think we need to reassess that because we've done the abatement process and it didn't do anything. So this is our next step up.
Yeah.
And we'll send them a letter to, more than be fair. And hey, we've tried to approach you. We've fined you. Please clean up the property. So, okay. Moving on to old business. No update on the 2 mile jurisdictional line post the last one that we had from Tony. So Lee and Hutch have gone ahead and asked him to continue coming. And then we'll just wait and see what the judge decides there. Kathy, do we have a date when the judge is supposed to rule?
We're hoping within 30 days
Okay.
to 60, but it could be 90.
So
And what was his settlement offer?
settlement offer was that 1 mile that we had looked at with the map and approved. So he did extend that to them. I don't think they were interested in that at all. So, All right, Sarah, you're up next. So tell us what you've done this last month.
Okay, I had two questions I forgot to ask last time. And I think she might have told you, I was gonna ask about my driveway. I've been having some parking issues where I think right on that curb, because I have a 16-year-old, a 20-year-old. I wondered about if I could open my driveway up like Ashley's, make a U. If
We,
I needed a permit for that or how I would go about doing that. I was curious.
not sure on that one. I'll have to look into that and see if that's permittable or not.
'Cause I think we just up that corner right
Sure.
there, if somebody parks in, I mean, I've had my trailer get hit by a bus and then my car got hit by the fire truck and
Let me look into it to make sure I get you the right information on that. I don't want to tell you one thing and then be
Right, I
wrong
understand.
about it.
and then I just didn't know if I needed a permit to put up a privacy fence.
Yes, the reason for a permit on a fence, we need the property to be surveyed. So do you know when the last time your property was surveyed?
I don't.
Okay,
Maybe
then
when I paid off the house.
possibly you can always call over to the county and see if they have a survey on record. But we will need a pretty current survey. And the reason for that, because it is going to be expensive, it's between $800 and $1,500
for the survey.
for the survey. And the reason current would be in the last couple years. The reason we do that, we've had 2 or 3 different civil matters where somebody puts up a fence on what they think is the property line. And it was what they thought the property line was 40 years ago. And it's 18 inches on somebody else's property. We had that happen over by me. So I know it seems like an imposition, but
Close to me.
yeah, but if we don't do that, then we end up in civil court. We don't, but then property owners end up in civil court. So,
Everything I need to do.
yes, get it surveyed, check to see if it has a survey. We'll check on the date. If not, you'll have to pay and have it surveyed, and then there'll be a permit application. So,
What about that? So, update.
and we do have pictures here. Roger stopped by and took pictures. So if anybody needs to look at them, you are welcome to.
Love that. Love it so much. So here's an update. I tried to have my friend help me write something down because I'm just don't want to get distracted, which I do easily. All the vehicles that have been tagged were removed. I did buy a new little truck that hasn't been titled yet.
And I'm seeing a Mazda here as well that has no plates on it.
Actually getting loaded up on a trailer and getting taken somewhere else tonight. I got $5,000 in it, or I wouldn't.
Okay.
But I didn't know that I couldn't work on a car. I know now that it has to be enclosed in a garage, but I don't have room in my garage because Service Master dropped all my stuff up. Anyways, it's getting moved.
Okay, so Mazda's moving tonight. What about the blue truck with the wood side
Okay.
tagged on it, tags put on it? Okay,
Someday, right?
yep.
They were removed from property, and then just said besides the 2, which will be gone. Then, as far as the boxes and furniture that Service Master left in my driveway was gone prior to the last meeting. Removed, put either in a storage, I rent 2 storage units over there, green corner from my house. My rocks have been sorted, I guess, more. I moved some around, the color coordinated, I spread them out. I think they look more presentable. May not be perfect, but I do have a lot of beautiful as far as my fire pit. I did not get to filling it in yet, but I am going to fill it in because I am over all of this. Like, it's just a process. What else was it?
And once you get the storage units, that garage door will then be able to come down.
Come in my camper and search my camper and stuff.
Okay.
So the camper wasn't even an issue, because nobody was ever living in it. With all that said, it was brought to my attention that Roger was at my house again today, taking pictures. 2 things to say on this. One, I feel a little violated by this. I like Roger. I like him a lot. I've known him 20 years. I'll let him come in my house anytime he wants. He'll tell you that. Anything. However, I wasn't home. I feel like I should be when that happens. So I just need to get the proper signage. I understand. And then taking the pictures, I just feel picked on once again, but poor me, right? I want to be aware of the negative impact that all this has been putting on me. I don't know how many times I've had to deal with complaints or whatever, but it's been probably close to 20 since 2021 when I paid off my house. Past year and a half have been tough. I lost a lot of things that are important in my life. I've had to bounce around with my family from place to place after the fire, put my home back together. I've dealt with issues with the cleaning company, Service Master, who are a fraudulent company. Their attempt to fraud State Farm, and then I had to hire a specialist to handle my property damages and repairs. So now I have to take different losses. Things that are irreplaceable. What else is on the list? Let me see. I just had it right down. Services I wish I never needed. Also, I wrote that. And then when I finally do get my family back in my home, I'm not met with love and warmth from the community. No, I'm met with negativity and more problems to add onto overflowing plate. All I can say is that if that doesn't matter. I would never treat anybody like this. I really don't know what the thing is that I'm doing that is making people so upset with me. I would do anything for anybody. I talked to Krista today. To my understanding, she knew I never yelled at her. I would never yell at her. Matter of fact, I would stop somebody from yelling at her. That you had gotten the wrong impression of me somehow. Seriously. But we're different. So I might not be where you expect me to be at this point, but I feel like I've moved mountains with all that I've accomplished in the short timing. So I don't know, let me see, what else was it? I don't know. I mean, I would like to think that you could acknowledge that I know I had a lot of stuff in my driveway boxes and stuff, whatnot. And furniture that Service Master just delivered there. It's furniture that I couldn't live, and now it's gotten ruined. You know, these were heirlooms, family heirlooms that shouldn't have even been left in my driveway. But anyways, I've gotten rid of them all or burnt them up or whatever. What else was it? Oh, you know, and I can go down my alley and there's roofs falling in, broken windows, jump filled yards. I'm not playing tit for tat. Let me shut up. I just want to help my community. You know what I mean? I just want to help my community. I don't know. I think there are such bigger things to worry about. My son graduated from Oak Hill in 23. Yesterday, a kid he graduated with overdosed and died. The park gets tore up this summer. They got to play at it all summer. When's that going to be fixed? And you guys are talking to me about my rocks being coordinated better. I mean, I just don't get it. I'm sorry. My popularity isn't one of the violations you gave me, so any personal opinions should be kept to yourself. What else was there about the property? I don't know. And I just said thank you for taking the time to hear me out.
You have made progress and we appreciate it. Again, and I told you this last month, I'm sorry you feel picked on. We are not trying to pick on you.
Oh, I got that letter too from the state about you guys sending them to test my inspection of the Thompson residence located at 119 Washington. The inspection was conducted pursuant to IC 13-1422. For information in accordance with IC 13-14-5, a summary of the inspection is provided below. Complaint, no violations were observed. I don't know if I want a copy of that.
I would like to see it because here's the problem. You're yelling at me for that. No, sorry. You're adding it to the list of reasons we're picking on you. That's not me.
I'm not saying it's you.
None of
I'm
us.
saying it's not. It's somebody to say that big a town.
I don't. Kathy's the town clerk. I'm on this board. We've got one of the firefighters here. Between us, we represent a lot of different organizations in this town, and none of us have any idea where this came from.
I appreciate all of the organizations in this town.
While I understand it's frustrating to you, it's this one I had nothing to do with. We didn't call anybody on you. We didn't add this to your plate.
I
So
don't even know what they were looking for.
neither do we. None of us have ever heard of this. So while I understand that it's frustrating for you, I need you to understand it's not us picking on you. We're not adding stuff to your plate just to add on to your plate. What we do as a board is we have a planning and zoning booklet of all the ordinances that everybody in town is supposed to abide by. We do the best we can to address those when they're an issue, and we go based off of that book. Are we perfect? No, but we're not
I don't
picking
expect you.
on you
I
for.
don't expect you to be. When I called them, they told me that, well, it doesn't matter. Because I don't even know what they're looking for. You know what I mean? Like if I am doing something wrong, let's just say what it is, say what we mean what we say. I am sorry. You know what I mean? I'm sorry that I got so many kids, or that they have so many friends, or that we have a vehicle for each, kid that's old enough to drive, or that I have a Harley that nobody wants to hear start at 2 a.m. I don't rev up my Harley. I don't belong to a biker club, although I've thought about it lately. But I'm joking. That was a joke.
Well, you don't join.
I don't want to join.
Yeah,
I just,
Kathy,
I
make
don't
a
want to join.
copy
I'm
of
just
that.
frustrated because they said I can't start my bike after 2 a.m. And sometimes I go to work that time. I am working, I am breaking my back, trying to keep my family afloat right now. And it's just, I'm over the bullshit. You know what I mean?
I'm
What
sorry.
think you do? Because I think everybody's just picking on me. It's not a thought. You made the list of how many times you guys have had complaints about me. I mean, it's petty. It's petty. I am not hurting anybody. I would never hurt anybody. I wouldn't hurt. What else do I need to do to be up to your guys' expectations?
Car needs to go, which you said it was tonight, so that's fine. The other one needs plated. The camper we're thrilled about. That's just, again, it's part of the code, the ordinances in Converse, you can't have someone living in a camper.
Right.
Privacy fence, we can look at that once you get that surveyed. That'll help a lot of it because it's gonna take place behind a fence then. So that's gonna take care of a lot of it. Anything that, the piles of rocks, okay, then that's fine.
There's nothing taking place.
The other part, and you're gonna not like this, and I apologize for it in advance. There was someone who came to the last town council meeting and complained about the burning that was going on again.
I'm filling in my carpet.
Okay, so I want to be upfront and honest with you. I know you don't want another complaint, but the burning, that annoys people when you're living in town and you're constantly burning stuff.
Stuff. I mean, all I burn, I got a lot of trees. I mean, I don't burn like trash or nothing.
Sarah, you're nitpicking over the words I use. I used stuff as a nice general term to just say when you're,
know what I'm actually doing.
and that's fine, but I'm not gonna nitpick over every little word that I
Thank God,
use.
because then we would have to talk about everybody on my street.
I'm also not gonna play tit for tat here, okay?
Clearly.
Okay, Sarah, what
I
do you
don't
want
know.
me to say that's going to
What
make
else
you
do I do? I'm
happy?
filling my fire pits.
What do you want me to say that's going to
I
make
don't
you
know,
happy?
here's a lot with broken windows and it's wood collapsing and trash all behind it. Do you need my help to clean it up? Because I would help you clean that up. I know how to do all that stuff.
Well, I need to recuse myself from this because you're gonna throw my stuff at me,
No,
okay?
I'm saying, or maybe I'm
So-
late now.
So, okay, here's what we need. I'm
What
gonna
do I-
recuse myself.
I mean, I'm just saying, man, what did I do?
How do I need to handle this now that she wants to make a complaint about me? Do I need to recuse
I don't
myself?
want to make a complaint. I shouldn't have said nothing.
Well, you did, and so now I have to make sure that I'm not showing favoritism for me versus you.
I would come down there tomorrow and help you. I got extra shingles. I got plywood. I got 2x4s.
The rafters are rotted. It
know.
needs torn down, and I haven't gotten the money to do it yet.
I mean,
Thank you for bringing that up, that I don't have the money to do it.
there's help.
Appreciate you doing that in public.
Okay.
So
How do you run
Now-
town council is my next question.
we got to deal with this first. Okay, so how do I need to recuse myself? Board, I need some help on how to decide this.
I wish I would have said it. I'm sorry. I don't want to file a complaint. I'm sorry I said it.
Lee, you got any suggestions here? Because I want to make sure I'm not being unfair.
I'm sorry. I said
Yep.
it.
So on the board, old business is we wanted to see progress of Sarah's cleanup.
Yeah.
Sarah, you presented a report on your cleanup and everybody is satisfied with the cleanup progress or not.
I think she's made some progress, yeah.
So the only thing they would ask Sarah is to continue the cleanup
So my
process.
fire pit.
And they're more than willing and have shown that they are willing to work with you.
Thanks.
All personal matters and personal attacks don't need to,
I'm not looking, I wish I wouldn't have said anything.
if you want to be involved in local government, you're always.
I want
welcome
help.
to. You can go to Kathy and I'm sure get on the ballot.
I'd like to help anybody who needs help cleaning up their yard, or anything, voluntarily.
Can you shovel cow poop?
I can do anything. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none.
That was the business at hand today. And, they're satisfied with the progress and are willing to work with you in lieu of fining as long
I
as they're
appreciate
seeing
that.
progress. So they are, yes, ma'am.
I just have a question. Can you outline what needs to be done on paper? Boom, boom,
My
boom,
favorite.
whatever, say, you want the trash can moved a little up, right, bring that right. You want this done, you want that done.
I gave it.
And
Thinking the certified letter, there wasn't.
you do have it.
I gave you the list, the letter they sent.
And that is all that's, whatever's on there, that's it. No more. You need to do this, you need to do that, correct?
That's what we,
Unless they get another complaint, they have to investigate. I mean, they're not the ones making the complaint. They're investigating complaints that come in, just like all complaint investigations have to do. And the IDEM one, that was an open burn complaint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I understand.
I guess I'm just asking for,
This is my son. She was married to my dad from the age of 2 to 14. I consider her like a mom, if you're wondering.
and we did, the letter we sent her has a list of all the
Okay.
dates that
and-
we've discussed and
Unless you have a complaint, there should be nothing else of concern.
correct, it's all addressed in there.
Like,
And is that dated as you dated it,
what dated?
Dated
The
how?
letter.
the paper?
Yeah, it was a
letter,
It was a certified letter, so we have a receipt when we sent it and when she received it.
And it says how long she had.
Yeah, and I think she's well past due, which is why they
Right.
want progress.
They gave me some leniency right after the fire,
Absolutely.
and which I appreciated.
Yeah, I think by code, it's supposed to be like 30 days.
Yeah.
10 months ago.
Well, actually longer than that, from the first time I ever got notice.
So, yeah, they're in all professionalism, they are trying to work with you.
But how many times, I mean, somebody doesn't like me, clearly, they're getting a complaint about me
People are going to complain
constantly.
when there are issues involved, and the best way to avoid those complaints is not have a violation.
Right, so I'm gonna fill my fire pit, but like, then they're gonna complain about something else. And so,
Well,
If
you're
they're
going down the right path, wanting a security fence, because if it's out of sight, it's gonna be out of mind.
I just want to swim, but, and my kids can swim. But at what point do they say, this is the 5th time you've called and complained about her, she will do anything to
They can't,
mend this fence that I must have broken or
they
something?
can't violate other citizens' rights.
I mean, cause I obviously made somebody mad, I just wanna make it right. I mean,
Yep. That's the problem with urban living. Everyone's gotta get along, and
just till my kids graduate, and then I'm gone. Unless somebody wants to buy my house for $500,000, we already discussed that, nobody does, but still an option.
Anything else? All right, thank you very much. We appreciate the time.
So, with this month,
I fill out my fire pit, and I'm gonna tell them I'm going to now,
And then
try to sell it for the $5,000 I got in it.
Don't forget your pop.
Are they gonna fix the parking for the end of the nice weather, I think?
They got
Help with that too.
delayed on when they could get the playground equipment in.
If there's ever something you guys need volunteers for, I'm really good at stuff. And a hard worker.
thank you.
All right, anything else under old business?
they get the curly slide.
No idea.
I think so. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Lee.
You're welcome.
Anything else under old business? All right. Jennifer, would you care to yell at me? Okay. What can we do for you? What can we do for you? Tell us what you're here for. Okay, she did fill in paperwork and pay. And then they did have it surveyed, which is attached there. So we do have a current survey on file. And then Tyler went out and looked at everything today. Yesterday. There was one concern in the alleyway over by them. Summers hit a water main last month, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever. Yeah. And that's over by them because the water main wasn't just exactly where it was supposed to be. And so Kathy did let them know that potentially if they put up the fence and the water main did do another, or any other town utility did do a jaunt like that, there could be a potential that the fence would have to come down. But it would be rare. In theory, it's never going to happen, but best laid plans. So I think we're good.
Those utilities run that long behind you. And the internet, the phone company, and then gas is on the right side of the house, electric on the left.
I didn't know they run down behind all them houses down there and all.
And that's what I was telling her. I see the water out front, and I know they hit it down the road, but they got it painted out front in blue. So I don't know if there's one back there, but I'm glad for the heads up for sure.
Couldn't be a problem. Remember, we're live now. Any other questions from the board? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the fence permit. Elsie. And a second. Vic. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, you guys are good. They get this now, or does Tyler still need to? Tyler did? Okay, Carl would need to say. Okay. Does he do fences?
Building inspector goes out on those or not?
Um,
We don't. We're calling him.
You might have our building inspector get in touch with you. We've got your number on here. If he needs to come out afterwards and inspect the footings or anything like that, he'll give you a call. So,
Thank you, guys.
all right. Thank you guys.
Maybe you.
Just let Carl know if he needs to give him a call. All right. That's all I've got. Anything else for the group?
On the zoning book?
Not. We're waiting on the 2 mile to see if we need to include some stuff for them, because like Lee is agricultural. If we don't have the 2 miles, then we won't need stuff that we would never have, So we're never going to have a cattle farm in the town. We did have a cat. We did have a cow, but so we're waiting on that before we bother spending money on something that we may not need. So.
Did you need to address the other complaint from Garza?
That was the one that we were gonna see about condemning instead of the abatement process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we did.
so, and that one will be tricky because, so,
Does he own that,
yes.
or does Powell own it?
I think Powell
Oh.
still owns.
Andrew owns I thought he owned one sliver of that because it's a couple different parcels the last time I checked. That may be different now, but I thought at one point it was Powell and Andrew. Different buildings or different, 60-foot sliver of it. And so wouldn't hurt to send them a letter as well. Please address the condition of your property. He loves hearing from us. I'm on a roll today.
Not taking.
for you.
I think it's almost all, or it's a trust from Tate's family or something to that effect. So. Okay, next meeting is August 26th. I will look for a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Rachel? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, now we have to behave ourselves for like 2 minutes. Kathy says